All right, Sunday the 3rd, a lot of things are going to happen. I go to work tomorrow, number one. Got to get up early. Mine, Rincy, copper mine, good place to work. Anyway, here we go with political and social issues. What I hope to accomplish with this is a few things. One is express myself. And once again, I thank YouTube for giving the venue here to be able to do that. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression. I hope for eternity, the United States and even the world, of course, would have the ability and the freedom to do that. And those are the things you fight for. You just don't lay down and say, take it away, no. So with YouTube, it's a great place to express yourself. Somebody down the road will see it, read it, go, hey, okay. Like some of it, like not, don't like it all. Remember, we're made up of a lot of different things, and we try to say, well, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, I'm a Libertarian. Libertarian, you could probably, maybe, I suppose, classify, you know better, okay, just feel this way. Republicans or Democrats, some things, Republicans believe less taxes. They want to be able to use their money how they want, and they don't like everybody. Oh, they can maybe get government benefits without working, which I don't think anybody should get any benefits without working either, myself. But that doesn't make me a Republican. They believe in less government, although there's enough government to go around. You talk about less government. Hey, we got plenty of government. You want less government? You still got plenty of government. Taxes, yeah, who doesn't want lower taxes? I don't think anybody should pay more than 25% on everything, state, federal, local. Arizona, we pay, 9% tax in a lot of counties. And then, it's a few percent on your income, and then you got your federal government. And if you make more money, they take a lot. I mean, the people that make quite a bit of money, went down to 37%? Come on, federal? That's way too much. I'm sorry. We're supporting a lot of government things. We're supporting a lot of government retirement plans. City, county, federal, state, with tax money. And what I'd like to see is that the tax money goes to, when they pay their retirement, it goes into Social Security like we all got. Not special spot that's guaranteed that they'll get a certain amount of money. Well, that's one of the things I would talk about. But anyway, we've got the election here. It's already been done. It's been called. President Trump is trying to dispute a lot of things, throwing a lot of doubt out. Well, okay, let's look at it like this. Let's say he's a football coach. He's had 4 seasons. Well, we got 60 times they went to court, okay? 59 times, I believe. Now, if I'm wrong on a point or two, well, that's the way it is. He's lost everything except one. So he's had like 59 games he lost, and he had 1 game with a tie. And now he's trying to say, hey, the other side cheated. And no matter how they did it, field goals, they did touchdowns, they robbed us. We were robbed for 59 games. Now, he's going to go out to the, try to keep his job, the people that paid him the money. And he's going to try to come across with that. Apparently, some people are believing it. Well, you just can't tell what a person's going to believe in. But anyway, let's hope the Tuesday goes without a hitch. I think the Republican senators and Congress people who are doing this are very foolish, to say the least. Now, another thing I want to accomplish with this is I'd like people to write no more than a page, let's say, and give me 3 reasons why, let's say, you're Republican or Democrat, and 3 reasons why you don't like the other party. I even hate, whatever you want to use. no swear words. Crap is about the worst you could. I think it pretty explains it. Crap. So, and I'll be saying that on occasion if I get a little bit irritated. Okay, so right off, I voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. Did I want to vote for Hillary Clinton? Not 100% no. I think she'd done okay. I didn't vote for Trump, not that because I'm not a Republican, because he's like a bully. You remember the other candidates? They should have challenged him more. I mean, he was stepping all over those people. He called Ted Cruz's dad. He was involved with Castro, with assassination of Kennedy. Come on. And Ted Cruz kind of took it laying down. And he spoke bad about his wife. And I actually sent Ted Cruz an email. This is my own opinion, right? I said, you ought to challenge that guy to 2 rounds of boxing, headgear, 16-ounce gloves, and put it on like YouTube and give the proceeds to the Girls and Boys Club. And now Ted Cruz looks like, instead of boxing against him, he looks like he's one of his corner men. You know, I lost a lot of respect for him. Now I had respect for him because he's a very intelligent person. You know, just because you're intelligent doesn't mean you're a great person either. You know, he knows the law, a constitutional guy. He'd probably be really good as a Supreme Court justice. You know, stick with the law. Don't put in your quirks. You know, don't put in your weaknesses, because he's showing very weaknesses now what he's doing, and he's leading this attack with the senators. Anyway, it's not going to go anywhere, but it makes us look bad in front of the world. And I thought we were going to look good in front of the world. Remember Obama going around and how a lot of people didn't like the way he was talking about us? Well, I don't think this makes us look too good. We talk to other countries all the time about, hey, keep your political elections, keep them honest. That's what we talk about. And now we're claiming there's all this dishonesty. You're claiming the Democrats had some conspiracy effort to, what, every state? You know, most Republicans don't think the Democrats are that smart. But hey, they pulled it off. We got out how many millions more people? Hillary got, what, 66 million, and Trump got 62, 63 million. Now Trump gets 8 or 9 million more votes, and Democrats pulled something off. We got more people out of the woodwork because they are pissed off, this side or that side. Now, Biden and Kamala Harris, you can think what you want. I know Biden, he's been around for a long time. He's a senator guy. He's not going to have anything strange. He's going to try to help the people out. Simple as that. And, you know, you look for an honest candidate. I think he's as good as we get right now. You know. And speaking of which, you go, well, who are you going to vote for? Over the years, in 2012, I actually supported Rick Santorum. Now, Rick Santorum, he probably don't get a lot of things in common. I'm certain of that. But I believed he was honest. I believe he's honest now. I haven't heard him for a while. And he wanted to bring jobs back to America. Those two things were good enough for me. Hey, honesty, bringing jobs back to America, okay. If I don't agree with him on a lot of other stuff, I think we could still get along. I think he would try to want the best for the country. Kind of regret that I didn't vote for Romney. Obama won, and I voted for him. And I feel that actually any president should go over one term. We got enough people that are good. Let the next guy go. Rick Santorum would have been good. He didn't make it. Romney beat him out. Okay, so, but I just didn't support him again. I actually wanted John McCain before. I would have voted for him, but I don't believe his running mate was the right one. It just, it didn't do it. Now this last time, I wish that, not the last time, 2016, John Kasich, He seemed like an honorable man, good ideas. He should have got it instead of Trump. Trump bullied his way in. Another thing, few things that I wouldn't have voted for him. You remember he made fun of a person with disabilities? I can't support somebody like that. If I did that, I'd feel real bad. I'd feel lower than my heel on my foot, okay? I know we do bad things all the time. We're humans. But try to learn. He's old enough to not do that in public. Keep it to himself. He used stolen emails. That's what helped elect him. I watched the rallies. Now, one thing about President Trump, the guy's got more energy than anybody alive, maybe. And he's inspiring as far as that goes. Here he is on rally after rally, poderoso in Spanish, right? Powerful. Well, yeah, that's attractive. People like that. And the people that support him were Second Amendment people. Okay, they're not going to drop him because they know that the most important thing is the Second Amendment to a lot of them. Well, he's not going to take their guns away. I don't think any Democrat is going to actually take the guns away. Now, there will be some restrictions on some. Some Democrats will try to push for that for sure. I'll give you my ideas on it later on. I don't know. I think I got enough gigabytes to talk for a while, but I got to keep moving on. I'm spending too much time on this. Anyway, the emails. Yeah, you leave stolen emails. I wouldn't have voted for that. Come on. Now, and the thing that, like the Russian investigation, that should have never happened to him. He didn't need any Russian things on the internet to propel him as far as he wanted. His rallies and his use of the stolen emails and the final deal against Hillary was Comey. He comes on just a week before the election and says, yeah, about these other emails. I think that got a lot of independence to say, well, I've had it enough with Hillary. Well, heck with it, I'll go with Trump. Okay. Trump against abortion. Judges. Well, that got a lot of religious people on his side, No lower taxes. That got business people, and we all like lower taxes, but you got to balance the budget. The idea is to get the budget down before you get the taxes down. So you kind of have an excess as you go down. He went down a little too far, but that's, you don't know exactly how it's going to work out. You try your best shot. So he had a lot of things going, and he actually had a lot of bad things, like with talking about the Mexicans coming across the border. Now that's racist. Come on, some are good, some are good. Yeah, well, a few rapists and I don't know. I forget the other term he used, but nothing good. Now, that's not something he should use. He got a lot of people that don't like certain immigrants on his side, so he had a lot of people that are kind of faithful. But that's not a good quality there. Immigration's tough. How are you going to solve it? You can't just let everybody in, that's for sure. But you got to treat them humanely while you have them while they're with the United States. And we did a lot of disgraceful, disgusting things to immigrants, separating kids from their mothers. No, don't be proud of that at all. That's something you better, if you believe in a God, or if you don't, you better pray about it, because that's a bad thing to do. But anyway, hopefully we get better. But Biden and Harris are going to have their challenges. Anyway, so I didn't vote for Trump, and I'm got a list of things here, and I'll try to. Now this is what they're doing now in the Congress and Senate to protest this election. Why? Obstructionists, that's what they are. That's all. And crime in it. It shouldn't happen. Okay, it's a hangover from Trump. Okay, we're going to go into some of these things right now. And I'm just going to say a little about it. What I'm going to do later on is present a few of these in a shorter time and give more explanation of each one. So I'd have like segments of it. Right off, gun control. America was founded by having guns. If we didn't have guns, we wouldn't have been able to defeat the British, okay? And they actually required, I think, 1790 something, to own a gun, have yourself prepared to go to battle. That was, I think, an obligation for a while. Okay, and then of course the British tried to fight us again in 1812. We're going to have guns. You're not going to eliminate it. Now, how do I believe there should be some control? Like everybody should have a background check. Now, this summer I was up in Alaska, or I was going to be camped out for 4.5 months. I wanted a shotgun for the camp. Well, I got denied in my name. Why? Because I had a P.O. box. Fine, okay. P.O. box. Did you think they don't know who I am? Yeah, crazy. Anyway, we got a camp gun through my buddy, and it's still up in Alaska. But I felt a lot better to have a gun with me than not when I'd sleep. I was up there the year before. I think it was the year before. I don't know, 2 years before. And I was on the river for a week. I was working in Nome, dredging for gold in Nome, and I came over for a week when the weather was bad. And my buddy boated me up rocky as heck, and anyway, I pulled a raft up a ways further, put up my tent camp. I had a shovel for defense. Okay, well, I went hiking and took some pans and stuff. I didn't find that much. Come back, did not sleep good. I don't know if I had any bear spray. I might have some bear spray, but hey, shovel, yeah, bear spray and a shovel. I think that's what I had. So I put my food about 15 foot away, and I was just hoping for the best. Now, you want to have a gun just in case there's a bear that doesn't like you there. Okay. Now, so everybody should have a background check. We know that criminals, people who are abusers, domestic abusers, they can't have a gun. You got to watch out what happens in your house. Mentally incompetent people. The thing we got to watch out for is people who are deemed a danger to society. And I believe if you know about them ahead of time, fine, on any gun. They're not going to buy it. But now people who buy, let's say, classified as assault rifle, something that you're going to kill a lot of people if you start to, shoot them up. Are people who buying like tons of ammunition? What does that mean? 500 rounds? I don't know. There's guys at the mines that have thousands and thousands of rounds. And they're not doing anything with it. Maybe they're target practice. Maybe they just keep it. But that's their right. They can want to have 100 guns. That's fine. If they never shoot them, that's fine. They might want to just touch them and feel them and realize that this is what brought us our safety as a country. People willing to use a gun. Because we're not going to do it by hand. Not enough karate people around to fight off a country that comes in. Another thing here, this pandemic, just imagine if a country unleashed a pandemic on us. Well, we've got one now. And then we were involved with our soldiers in a war somewhere, okay? And now they say, hey, we'll just go into America and we'll take over because most of them are sick and soldiers are gone. Well, a lot of Americans have guns. And so I feel a little safer that way. And you just never know. I mean, you say, oh, well, that's not going to happen. Well, yeah, it happens. I'm sorry. It'll even happen to us. You divide us up enough. If you keep America weak, things can happen. So this is a safeguard. Yeah. But you want the right people to have the guns. Obviously, if people display that they shouldn't have them, then, well, they won't get them. So the people that want to buy assault weapons now, not the people that have them, because so far so good, most of them, maybe a little psychological testing. Well, I mean, a wrong person with the wrong gun can do a lot of damage. Okay, abortion. Years ago, I was a little more ambivalent about it. I started looking at it, and this is what I think. Young kids should have real good education about how that fetus develops. I mean, that is a little guy. Pretty quick. And it's not a thing you want to see, to have him ended the chance for life. Now, I don't want to take away, I don't call it a right to kill a little fetus, okay? I can't say that's where the law is right now. Now, I might go along. See, we're all a little different. I might go along with 3 months where, you for your reasons you have. But that's about as far as I would want to go myself. I might revise that too. But now I'm not going to say if you've been raped or molested that, yeah, you got to have a kid. No, I'd never say something like that. But I think you got to be responsible. The thing is this, we don't want to just promote the idea of killing an unborn. Okay, you might do it, but let's don't try to say, oh, it's everybody's doing it. It's okay. It's not okay. It's not a good thing to do. Or whether you believe in a God or not, you're taking a life. That life is starting to develop, and don't let it go too far because it really hurts everybody. That's why it's such an emotional thing. It's not, oh, well, these guys feel this way. They need to feel. No, it hurts. It hurts to the core. Okay, COVID masks. Yeah, everybody should wear them in public. Right now, come on, don't be selfish and say, well, I got my rights to wear my mask when I want. I don't want to wear no mask. Does it bother your stinking nose? Come on, man, wear a mask, or woman, for other people. If you don't want to do it, hey, that's your business. But when you're out in public, around people, I'm not saying when you're out running around, you're so many feet away and you're never getting close, fine, don't wear a mask. As soon as you start getting close to people, wear a mask. And somebody gets mad at you, well, that's, you're gonna, just like when people were smoking before, some people got really mad, somebody lights up a cigarette in front of them, so be ready. No, I'm saying, be ready. Okay, a health plan. Republicans couldn't come up with one stinking health plan in 4 years. Now, come on, man. Now, I sent them in health plans in 2016, president, senators. Did a report in college, went back to college for a while, did a report on sociology. And look, a health plan should be, for everybody, they should have some. That means there should be private insurance because a lot of people like it. That's what happened with Obama last time. They tried to force insurance in a certain way with all these coverage down people's throats. Not one Republican voted for it. And that's not the way to run a government. You've got to compromise. You can't just say, we're going to do this because we're in power. No. And that's what created so much hate for the Democratic Party. And that's the thing that did it. I mean, it never got 100% along, but that's what did it. You tried to force it down somebody's mouth. And it never did work because the people, wasn't enough people in it. Okay, this and that. It was doomed for failure. Too many pages. We'd have taken a look at if we want to have healthcare for all. The Canadian healthcare for all, they got one page. Well, we have like 2,700 pages. And the provinces take care of that, like the states, they take care of the ins and outs and stuff. And basically, if you need medical attention, you should get it. Now, I believe, and I sent in a public option. You keep your private insurance. Those who want to pay for it, fine. That's their business. If they want just a few things covered, fine. If they go bankrupt, that's their business. Okay, so what? Hey, it's not the end of the world. Trump's went bankrupt with companies 6 times, and he even got to be president. So, anyway. Not a good thing, but it still isn't going to inhibit you for reaching the highest goals. Keep Medicare the same. I have Medicare. Right now, the top one is Humana, a private insurance. It's in front of Medicare B. They take care of the ins and outs. And I'm taking a chance I'm paying $0 a month. Okay, but I could end up paying $6,000 something out of pocket, in network $10,000 out of pocket. That's my business. I'm taking a chance. Hopefully it works this time. If I get COVID this year, well, it may not be a good decision. And you just never know. It's a gamble. But don't mess with veterans. Make them better, their hospital. But don't try to replace it with Medicare for all, like Bernie Sanders, Medicare for all. Well, that's trying to force people once again into one deal. It doesn't work that way. Why would you make the people mad again? They got mad enough. Don't go there. Public option. And now I believe in the public option. The people with pre-existing conditions, that's where they go. Okay? And who else wants to join it? And you just pay a certain percentage of your income to make it affordable. Now, everybody with some tax money has to support that particular program. Why? Because it's not a private program. And the people who are on, people with preconditions that can be pretty costly. But it isn't like the insurance company that's got to take in a lot more money because they never know when and how much they're going to have to pay out. That's the problem. See, a business would have to take in more money. The government, they can print up money, and if the bills come in, well, they charge a little bit more from people and raise their taxes a little bit from everybody. So everybody supports that. But you got these preconditions. Well, it's not going to affect your private insurance now because the people with really bad ones are going to be out. I mean, there's a lot of conditions you have that they don't want to insure, but they may not be that costly. Okay, all right. So the ACA was the next one, and that's we kind of hit on that. Yeah, they should have never tried to do that. They had the power. That's not right. Just like now, work together. Don't try to. If you can't get some of the other party in, you're doing the wrong thing because there are moderates on both sides. You're going to have your extremes. You cannot satisfy the extremes. That's their own crazy thoughts. Okay, on both sides. There's people on both sides just don't make it. Okay, we all hit on taxes. It should be for government retirement fund. They should pay in the Social Security. If they want to have another retirement, all their own money, fine. But our taxes shouldn't guarantee that. I've got a friend, worked for the state for years. And his retirement is paid for by money they put in, get paid by us. But I guess the tax money is going to guarantee just in case something happens to their plan. Let's see, we're going to jump to urban renewal. We need to help the inner cities out. There's a lot of no hope there. We need to have, I'll fill some gaps. Schools, colleges, they should have simple classroom colleges. No, nothing extra activities, just built in the inner cities so that people can commute by walking or by bus. All these things cost money. They can live at home and they got places to get to school. And they not only get to school for free, but I think we should pay them like a job because these people need some help. They're not people that have the money to go to, even if they get a Pell Grant, okay? You got to stay somewhere, you got to eat, a lot of bills in life. Give them some money, go to school. Vocational training, a lot of it. They want to switch around and have a lot of different occupations where they can do. They want to be a plumber, carpenter, someone that solders metal. Great. Pay them to do that. Try to get some businesses maybe located in, like simple factories that with not a lot of training can do a job in there and not so much of an environmental impact either. Get some jobs in the area. Make it look like there's some hope, people care. Better policing, more community policing. And the police is another down the line. Unemployment insurance. I think that the workers should pay at least half. The employer pays it all. The employer never gets unemployment. It's a symbiotic relationship that maybe works real good. Let's say if you live in a town and there's a couple of seasonal factories. Let's say some canneries. Okay, I worked in a cannery years ago. And if you lose all your workers, they go somewhere else, you can't employ anybody later on. So it does serve a purpose to keep the employees close to a job that's going to periodically come up every year. But the employees should participate in that. Which gets me to the stimulus checks right now. Great, we all like money, but that money, and I think if they looked at it this way, maybe they would give us more money. It should be paid back. Why do you get money for free just for the heck of it? Okay, I know. I'm sorry, folks. we're out of jobs. They cut us out of jobs. Government cut us out of jobs. Now, that doesn't mean that they have to give us money for free because they cut us out of a job. They could pay us, and we're getting that money to help us out, but little by little we could pay it back. Nothing that would bother us in future years, but you pay a percentage that would help out, and that would help get the money back into the government coffers, and hopefully not have the debt. The debt's just out of, rocket ships to the moon. I mean, where do we go from here? I guess if there's a few more Rand Pauls, maybe we'd have a little more people saying something, but the people need the money now. Otherwise, they're on the street without food, without shelter. We can't do that. We're smarter than that, I think. But it shouldn't be free. It's kind of like a loan. If you don't need the money, then don't take it. I'm sure I'll take it. If I pay it back, I pay it back. Fine, okay, take that. Student loans. I'm a capitalist. Okay, I've been self-employed since 1980. I worked in a mine a few years. That's great. You get all kinds of benefits. Make money plus get all kinds of benefits. Self-employment, you might make some money, you might not. But importing, selling, handicrafts, and then gold mining since 1980. Missed a number of years, 10 years up in Nome in the ocean, diving 8 hours a day, sometimes straight. Sold a lot of handicrafts. One year we had 10,000 sales in the store we had. 10,000 sales. Well, I was up in Alaska part of that time. But anyway, I had 10,000 sales in the store. Well, I think people should work for their money. I don't think they should get it free. But on these student loans, the interest that they pay, I'm for government-only loans on student loans and on zero interest. So don't give them the money for free like there's some people want to have some. Oh, great. Give these lucky people the money for free. I do not agree with that. But give them a loan that there's no interest on, and, reasonable ways to pay it back over the years. We're only helping our society out when people are educated. And believe me, there's a lot of uneducated people in our country these days, and they believe a lot of crap. Okay, all right. There's the word crap. Yeah, we don't need to make money on students. No. They're better in themselves. They're better in our society. You can imagine if, let's say, the inner city had all college graduates. What do you think that